What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Invincible episode 4 breakdown, review, and recap. The show continues on being a superb adaptation of the comic, albeit heading in a few different directions. As always, if you enjoyed the video, then please do drop a like down below and subscribe with notifications on to never miss a video. We open with a guy in a desert excavating a tomb only for an ancient mummy to be revived, which I thought was hilarious, how it seemed like a huge setup for the episode, only for it to be abruptly shut down by Omni-Man and Mark, as Mark is being trained by his father and they fly to Everest. The gag of Mark saying Invincible, but it cuts to the title saying Invincible, will never get old, as he greets someone being a mountain climber, which was pretty funny. However, they talk about Viltrum and how Mark needs to live up to the Viltrum way of life, except the problem is Mark is not only half human, but has spent his whole life on Earth, as Omni is stressed about trying to get him to be a true Viltrumite. Of course, Omni-Man has ulterior motives, and, well, it will soon be shown the true reason why Viltrumites spread across the galaxy. The episode was definitely a slower episode, and more of picking up the pieces from the first 3 episodes, with many storylines pretty much wrapping up, with Red Rush's partner leaving the country, and Debbie is still curious about her husband. She's suspicious, but, well, she is gonna roast her son over her date, and Darkblood is taunting Omni-Man, as it's very obvious who the killer actually was. If there's ever a spin-off, I really want a Damian Darkblood one, as his role here is expanded greatly. We then cut to Mauler making what looks like another cone, but it is actually a horrific body at the command of Robot, using Rex's DNA so he can finally have some sort of a human body. But we see him struggle as being the leader of the new Guardians again, as they head to their new facility, and Rex is still a loose cannon. He's just the absolute worst. The voice actor really does nail him expertly. Mark has yet another mission, as Omni-Man is putting Earth and his family first, as there's no defenders, but has backfired by wanting Mark to do his duty, as Mark offers to support these astronauts who are going to Mars, as Cecile is almost killed by Omni-Man, and the animation looks stunning, showing the on-edge Omni-Man. But, well, I did like this, and I thought it was really cool that, well, Omni-Man doesn't want to leave the planet and go to Mars, as of course the Martian Empire would know all about it and know just who he is. But there's one problem: it will take 2 weeks, as he has another date after the one earlier this episode planned. And, well, he goes to Amber and she says that he has 2 weeks of her interest in him banked. Very weird, as that's the exact time that he will be gone. Very curious there. But he heads to Mars as his parents plan a getaway, and the astronauts go missing after excavating some rocks on the planet, and Mark investigates as his parents have a heart-to-heart, and Debbie says that she does in the end trust Omni-Man after he lies about the Guardian's murder and admits that Cecile does think that he did it. I mean, it's not exactly subtle, really. However, Cecil and Damian are at the Graysons, as poor Damian's kind of whole tenure has really run its course now. But we have Mark discover some weird squid things, and then Martians interrogate him and take him to see the Emperor of Mars in the Martian Undercity. Now, I really do like the mythology of Mars, and one film which explored this, which I thought was very underrated, was John Carter of Mars. But one thing that would have been good here is when Mark reveals his Viltrum true lineage, and that the Emperor acts as though he is a true threat to their society, which I thought would have been really cool, and it would have been a nice kind of hint, or at least if the Emperor hinted that he is dangerous due to his Viltrum lineage. But we learn that these squid things are psychic parasites that take over bodies, and they affect humans, and, well, they don't affect Martians due to their kind of body changings. However, luckily Mark escapes with the astronauts, as they were to be executed, and they leave the planet, except one of these astronauts has been swapped over, and, well, it's going to be setting up a story for an episode later down the line. I thought this was really cool, and one thing that was interesting is how we don't see the action. It kind of has smash cuts to what happens after each thing, which I thought was pretty funny, but I hope they don't do that because the action looks really good here, and it'll be nice to see it more as time goes by. However, one thing is that Damian is exercised, and Sesso is such a really good character here. Usually the G-men in suits are really kind of lame, but he operates in between good and evil, as he wants to know exactly why Omni-Man did what he did, and Damian Darkblood trying to find this justice to save his soul, well, it comes into direct conflict because all the demons are dealing in the black and white, the good and the evil, which I thought was really cool here. But he does return at the end of the episode with Omni-Man's secret story still not being kept secret. The story is a bit different to the story where in the comic Omni-Man just confessed after some time, but is greatly expanded here, which is much, much better in my eyes. I really enjoyed this episode, and I'm very excited to see all these plot threads going forward. I'm just hoping next week we have a bit more action, a bit more story, and set up what is to come next in the show. The humour, the writing, the acting is just all on point here. And I do think that as a whole, this is going to be a great body of work. And it's really nice to see Kirkman's other properties be adapted here, because he isn't just the man who created The Walking Dead, but that is a juggernaut, of course. But I do like this show, and I'm excited to see the other teams and this go forward, and the impending conflict between Omni-Man and his son Mark. But that is it for this video. Please do drop a like down below. Please do subscribe with notifications on, and do check out my Falcon and the Winter Soldier video. We are going to be bereft of videos here until Tuesday, when I will be doing a lore video on Godzilla vs. Kong. But that is it. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.